Hey everyone, it's Zach, here to teach you how to date. Now, this video is going to go over a couple of things about generally just how you date a girl, how you go on a first date, what you should bring, things like that. And all that is going to be outlined right here so that you can skip ahead if you already know a part or if you're looking for something specific. So let's just hop right into it. So part one of this is going to entail the location, where you should go. And there's not really a simple solution to this because every girl is different, obviously. It really depends on what she likes, what she does in her free time, her hobbies. But the simplest way to go about it is usually just to go to a restaurant. Don't go to a super fancy restaurant, but don't go for a lowball thing either, because you're gonna want to stay in that middle ground to make sure that you don't look like a cheapskate, but you also don't look like you're trying to like flex your money or anything like that. Right, so now we're going to discuss what you should be doing at the date. So all in all, you should try and exhibit some more confidence. Girls kind of like that stuff. You want to show that you're not afraid to be doing what you're doing and that you are genuinely interested in her. But don't be too boisterous, otherwise you might come off as obnoxious. And we don't really care for that. So long as you can show her why you're interested in her and what all you're trying to get out of the relationship, things should just go smooth sailing. And you should also make sure to bring, a fair share of money. It's customary that the man pays. Now, there's obviously some exceptions, like if you don't think that things are going to work out between you, maybe you'll split the bill, but it's generally more gentlemanly to pay for the meal. A quick disclaimer here real quick. If we head on to Article 14, page 2, and paragraph 4 of the Bro Code, it states specifically that if a chick is suspected to have cooties, then a cootie check should be non-consensually administered. And if a chick fails to comply, she is legally obliged to go to prison for life. So now we're at the part that gets a little bit foggy. Not a lot of people like to talk about this part. But I think it's very important that if you think a girl has cooties, that you take the proper precautions in order to make sure that you or someone you love doesn't get it. So we're going to briefly go over the equipment that you should bring if you suspect that she may have cooties. So first off, you've got a long sleeve jacket, preferably leather, but any kind of tougher material should work to make sure that it doesn't get into your system. As long as it covers up your entire arm to your wrist, then it should be golden. Then we have some heavy duty gloves to make sure that they don't get under your fingernails or anything like that, because that would fare extremely badly for you. I cannot stress it enough. Wear gloves every time. Then we have a construction hat to make sure that it doesn't get into any of our hair follicles or any other part of the body like that. Plus, extra protection is always really great. And then finally, any kind of mask will work. I tend to like the plague doctor mask a little bit more, but any quarantine masks can work all right, but they're not as effective as a mask such as this one that's a little bit tougher, more durable. This is usually the kind of clothing that I'll wear to a date if I suspect that she may have cooties. Now, in order to be properly sure, there's a few pieces of equipment that we might want to bring to make sure that we can get rid of it. So first up on our list, we got this little machine. Now what this does is it detects if there's cooties on a girl. So you're going to point it at her, be careful, turn on the button, I'm going to start scanning, and looks like we're good. Your computer, you obviously don't have cooties. The monitor will be black, which means that there are no cooties present. If there happen to be cooties, however, we have what's called a cootie catcher. Now you can buy these for about $1,200 online. They're very difficult to make, so I wouldn't recommend trying. And I've got a whole tutorial on how to use these that should be live tomorrow. But basically, you do the proper ritual, and it should be able to snatch the cooties. But then there's some situations that are far too powerful even for a cootie catcher. In that case, you've got what's called a cootie neutralizer. You'll aim it at the target like so, and fire a cootie neutralization dart. Now this may kill the target, but it will be one less cootie mongrel to be around in this world. Right, so yeah, that's my general tips to you to go on a date. It's a pretty simple concept to go about. Just treat her with some respect, man. And hey, honestly, Godspeed, you've got this.